Hello, 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 dreamers, and welcome back. I'm Perla here. So, just quick reminders for those of you that are new, welcome, welcome. We love having you here. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. Um, so this is a full house. There's four teenagers ranging between 14 and 19, and there's two little ones, Buster and Zena. There's Buster's something here. He is 6 and she is 5. So there's always some kind of background noise, guys. So if just an FYI. Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Oh, Taurus. So sorry. All right, Taurus, we have listening to that little voice in your head, following your intuition and winning. So this month can be a very good month for you guys. I feel like it is going to be a very good month just because of the simple fact that you guys are really listening to your intuition. And if you really weren't thinking about listening to your intuition, now you really are going to, right? So there is this sense of a lot of breakthrough, but the way that this is coming through, or the way that it's falling, I keep saying it's the same falling, right? Yeah, it's falling. It's a lot of spiritual insights, or a lot of spiritual guide, right? There is a sense of like somebody here changing the way that they live their day to day, and listening more and more to like their intuition, listening more and more to that inner voice, that higher self. And because of that, you're going to start seeing that things are going to start changing and working in your favor. Now there's a sense here of like, some of you may have been a little hesitant before, because again, some of the downloads, or some of the things that come through, you're just like, oh no, that's never gonna work, or like, oh, that's not how you do that, or that's whatever it is, whatever hesitation was there in the past or has been lingering around. I feel like it's slowly being removed, but you're starting to see, or you're going to start to see, that when you live based on your truth. And what I mean by that is, what your intuition, what your inner self, what that voice, that guiding voice within yourself is asking you to do, is leading you to do. When you do that, you're honoring yourself. You're honoring that higher self, your higher self, or however it is that you want to word it. And when you start to live your life in that way, what tends to happen is things just start to like fall on your lap, right? Things start to, like, it's almost kind of like everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you've dreamt about, everything that you work towards or whatever, it just kind of like falls on your lap. Like, here you go, here you go, here you go. And it's not necessarily like that you crack the secret code or anything like that. It's just that you're finally in alignment with what it is that you're meant to do. You're finally in alignment within yourself. So therefore, there's like this oh my god, what is the word, this straight channel directly to spirit, right? Because when things are discombobulated, when things are a little cray cray right here, right, it's kind of hard to connect directly, right? Because most of the times what happens when everything is chaotic here, it is very easy to go from here to there, right? Asking for help, wanting the help, asking for this, asking for that. But when we allow ourselves to be ourselves, and to be in alignment within ourselves, meaning when we're able to quiet our mind and quiet our, like, how can I word it, like, control. It's not so much about like controlling our breathing, but like slowing our breathing down. And when we're able to come into ourselves and really accept ourselves, and really be in a space where we are just us, then we allow spirit to be able to flow, information, download, everything to be able to flow directly down to us. Does that make sense? And I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I don't know why I look swollen. I'm gonna have to look into that tomorrow. Anyways, I don't know why I had to say that. It looks weird. I am fighting something. I just don't know what it is. I've been like this since Monday, so I was kind of like putting off the readings, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna feel better, and it's like, I'm like, let me just get it done before, let me get these readings done before I lose my voice completely. All right, so let's go ahead and see. So yeah, there is this sense of like, again, there are things that want to be birthed, there are things that want to come through you, and you're needing to open yourself up. A lot of you are dabbling in certain things, or learning and wanting to learn about certain like occult things or things like that. When it comes to your spirituality, I feel like a lot of you, when it comes to this path that you guys are choosing to walk down, a lot of you are very open and receptive to receiving the information, to really following your intuition, and just like it's beautiful the way that things are going to unfold for you. Because again, there are things that are coming up that may not make sense for other people, right? But they're making sense to you, or the way that they are unfolding, excuse me, makes sense to you. All right. When it comes to love, there is this rekindling or this reconnecting with somebody. Now, when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody from your past. This can be whether you are in a relationship or you're talking to somebody. It's like there's a spark that reunites. There's something that clicks again between you and someone else romantically. It seems to be that intentionally both of you are coming from the same place or are at the same place. So it doesn't seem, mm, it doesn't seem like somebody's coming out here to try to deceive somebody else, or somebody's trying to like pull a fast one on someone or anything like that. What I will say is that and I feel that this is more you than the other person, have somebody from your past that is trying to um get your attention, because there is a past energy, like kind of like look at me, pick me type of energy, that it is almost kind of like the minute that you start to like talk to someone or you start to move on with somebody else, this person from the past wants your attention back. And like the only reason why I don't want to spend a lot of time with that is because this is a repetitive pattern from this individual. And if you do choose to go back to this person from the past, then I'm gonna give you a piece of advice and avoid watching any more tarot, avoid getting any more confirmations or any more information. If you end up going back with this person from the past, you're going to revisit the cycles that you have been working so hard trying to get out of. There's nothing new there when it comes to this individual from the past. They're not coming in a different way. They're not coming in with anything new, but other ways of rephrasing things, right? But the behavior and everything is still the same. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see. Something with snakes is very like, has something to do with you. Maybe it has to do with the kundalini, kundalini. Oh my god, I can't even say the word. But snakes is coming up in your reading. I'm sorry, I'm looking for something. Kundalini awakening, maybe some of you are getting into that, maybe through like meditation or whatever it is. But snakes, the snake looks to be like, it's weird because it's like the snake is, it's within, is not within like the dirt. It's like it's within concrete for some reason. I don't know why they're showing it to me that way. But this snake has something to do with your spiritualities, for whoever that is. And it's almost kind of like, I want to say follow the snake. Follow the snake. Whether the snake is coming to you in a dream or in a vision, you're meant to follow the snake. Okay. Whoever that is for is gonna be for you. If it's like, it sounds like I'm crazy or whatever, then the message is not for you. It's not gonna resonate. um keep an eye for patterns of three. They're showing me patterns of three, patterns of threes. Maybe a lot of you guys are seeing the number three a lot, or 333. There is this sense of like, in patterns of three, patterns of three. um Do you question yourself a lot when it comes to like when it comes to like making a decision where you hold on. I wanna look up the number three. Um, because I keep on I like usually when I look at the number three, I look into like when it comes to like Christianity, like the Father, like the Holy Trinity. Um, I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's the way that it's that the way that it's coming up in my head. But patterns of three, I don't know, I really don't understand what that means. But whoever it is for, I feel like when I say patterns of three, it's gonna click for you. The number three is associated with creativity, communication, optimism, and curiosity. The Holy Trinity, which has said divine wholeness, resolution and reconciliation, and the rule of three. The rule of three suggests that things that come in threes are inherently funnier, more satisfying, and more effective. So again, there's something with the number three or with the patterns of three that is going to be very important for you within the next month. And it's like whether it is like you're meant to like, and this is just an example, guys. I'm not telling you what to do. Maybe you're meant to fast for 3 days, meditate for 3 days for 3 hours. Hey, more power to you. I usually, and I'm not saying that I haven't. I think the longest I've meditated like uninterrupted was like 8 hours. But you know, 3 days of fasting with 3 days with three, yeah, 3 days of fasting, meditating, and 3 hours of like 3 hours of meditating at the same time is, it's a lot. And trust me, there will be a lot of spiritual clarification or path clarification during that time. But it's also a very it's something that you have to really be committed to, right? So again, I'm not telling you that that is what you're meant to do, but that is an example of what is coming up when I'm looking at these patterns of three for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's pull out some cards to see if there's anything else, because again, when a message starts to repeat itself, it is time to move forward, right? And I know that you guys a lot see me using this deck. This deck is about 30 years old. It belongs to someone very dear to me, someone that I love a lot, but no longer practices. And we'll leave it at that. And someone that this person used to read had it and saved it for many, many, many years. I think I want to say it's like about 30 years. And gifted it to me a few years ago and was like, hey, this was so and so's deck when she used to read. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want that. I want that deck. Well, I didn't have to ask because I got it. Anyways, it was gifted to me. So there's a lot of history here. All right, so let's see. Anything else the Taurus needs to know, Spirit? Anything else the Taurus needs to know? Overcoming any emotional blockages, anything that was having that had you attached to past failure. I'm picking up. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. Anything that you felt that was sorry, it's like these cards are like flying out. Anything that you felt that you may have missed out, anything that you felt that was removed or taken away from you, is it's almost kind of like the clarity as why these individuals or why these things had to fall out or why these things couldn't work out for you. And I'm doing it in quotes because it's like, it's not that they couldn't, it's just like something better was meant to come your way. Something better was meant to come and take place of this. So certain structural things had to be broken down in order to make way for the new. Because again, when we were talking at the beginning of your reading, there is this winning energy, right? There is this energy of like really winning in whatever it is that you're choosing to do, because you're choosing to listen to your intuition. You're listening to that inner voice that is inside of you. So again, as long as you're living, let's put it this way, your life based on your truth, right? And when we talk about truth, we're talking about that inner voice, that higher self. um that's the way that I'm talking about it anyways. When you're living your life like that, I feel that that's when things start to shift for you. The card that we had for you was number 12, and it's expectation. What deck? I'm gonna tell you right now what deck it is. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. And number 12 is expectation. Don't seek anyone else's approval. And I feel that this kind of ties everything in, especially like when we were talking about really listening to your inner voice, right? When we start to listen to ourselves, when we start to listen to what spirit wants for us, a lot of the times there are a lot of individuals around you that are not going to be able to relate to it, right? They're definitely not going to be able to understand it because the message is not for them. The path is not for them to walk. It is for you to walk, right? So people will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms, and therefore are extremely unrealistic. No matter what they tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need anyone else's approval, only yours. And again, this seems to be the theme for you guys this month, where you're just listening to your inner voice. Well, guys, that is all that I have. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.